Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to do a first impression let's play review of a game called Everdream Village. The game is currently not yet released. There is a demo on Steam available, but I'm not playing the demo. The developers actually sent me early access, the early access build of the game, which releases in 2 days. I don't know what the price of the game is going to be. I'm going to assume that the game costs roughly the same as their previous game, which was Everdream Valley, which released like a year or so ago. And that was $25. So I'm going to assume the game costs around $25. But yeah, today we are gonna be playing the game. I'm gonna be giving you my running commentary as we play through the game, and I'm gonna be telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as I play through the game today. And then by the end of today's live stream, if you're watching the VOD afterwards, you can just skip to the end of the VOD if you only want to hear my quick, concise, final opinion on the game and whether or not I can recommend the game. So I will be putting a timestamp in the description below for that in the VOD. But otherwise, if you're not in such a hurry, you can just stay tuned, and I'll be playing through the game. I'll be giving you my running commentary, and I'll be telling you what I think is good or bad about the game as I play through the game today. So, before we get into that, I'm going to Alt-Tab, and unfortunately, the music is going to fall away because unfortunately, the game doesn't have any audio settings. Like if you go over here to audio settings, normally what you would want to see over here is an option to mute the game audio when you alt tab, or not to mute the game audio when you alt tab. But unfortunately, there is nothing like that. So unfortunately, when you alt-tab the game, such as this, all of the audio falls away, which is obviously not good. That is already one of the features of the game which is missing. The game really should have the like I say, that option. You know, it's a pretty important option to have. Because yeah, now every time that you alt tab, the game's audio completely falls away, unfortunately. But then anyway, that's the first issue that we discover already before even starting the game. I did, like I said, about, I think it was about 2 years ago. It was actually while the game was still in early access. I did review Everdream Valley. So this was the first game, the first game in the series. The developers did do other games, but that was the first game in the series. And I did do a review on my channel of Everdream Valley. So you can check out that review if you want to. And this game was $25. And there were some good things about the game, some bad things about the game, but at the end, I did not recommend the game. So in my review, I played the game for something like 4 hours, and I came to the conclusion that I cannot recommend the game because there were just a couple of issues. We are definitely going to see today if the issues from the first game that I mentioned and brought up are present in the second game, because if issues from the first game are present in the second game, then that's not a very good how can I say, it's not a very good sign if the developers haven't learned from their first game, you know. But anyway, another issue, in my opinion, a developer should never release a second game or start work on a second game before the first game is as good as it can be. You know, um, like why would you do like basically what's a good example? You know, like Call of Duty or Battlefield or Assassin's Creed or any of these games that the developers constantly crank out new games. You know, every year and a half, there's a new Battlefield game or a new Assassin's Creed game or a new Call of Duty game. And the previous games are bad. You know, they're bad. So the developers don't uh, uh, make the previous games better. You know, they just release a piece of shit, they charge $60 for it, and then they start working on the next piece of shit. You know, now these developers, I don't think did it so egregiously, but if you look at the review score, it's at 71% on Steam, which is not good. You know, 71% is not good. So unfortunately, these developers didn't fix the stuff that they needed to fix in this game. You know, before releasing a new game and before starting work on Everdream Village, they should first have, in my opinion, fixed Everdream Valley. You know, because all of the people who paid $25 for Everdream Valley now are sitting with a $25 game, which is just a 7 out of 10 game, you know. And like I said in my review, that was an early access review. I didn't recommend the game. I couldn't recommend the game because there were too many things wrong with the game. So that is something that I don't like. That is something that I object to. When I see that a developer releases a new game and charges $25 or whatever for the new game before the previous game is fixed, that's not good. That gives me pause when I consider to recommend the developer's next game, because who's to say that they're not going to do the same thing with Everdream Village? You know, who's to say that they're not going to charge $25 for Everdream Village and then they're just not even going to bother to make the game better? They're not going to bother to make the game, to improve the game to a point where it's more than a 7 out of 10 game, you know? So I hope that the developers this time don't do that again, but they've already done it once. So who's to say that they're not going to do it again? So that already, like I say, makes me dubious to recommend the game, to recommend this game, or to recommend any of their new games, because, like I say, they might do that again. And yeah, like the game, I don't know what the price of Everdream Village is, because, like I say, Everdream Village is not yet released, so I can't tell you the price, but the price of Everdream Valley was $25, or actually €25. €25 is actually like $30, so it's essentially a $30 game. So I'm going to assume that they're going to charge more or less the same for Everdream Village as what they did for Everdream Valley. So the game should be around $25 or $30. One thing that I noticed, that this is the most sales that I've ever seen on a game. I don't think I have ever seen a game that goes on sale this much. I really, really, really have never seen a game that goes on sale this much. It is crazy. Normally, if you have a game, like we can look at bloody any game. What game do we want to look at? Whatever. Yeah, Call of the Wild. Even though that's not a very good example because the game has gone on sale quite a lot, I'm certain. But like this is normally what you would see. You know, there's here and there every couple of months a short time where the game goes on sale, but then it goes up to the normal price, you know. This fucking game, Everdream Valley, like look at that. It goes on sale for months on end. So it's just weird. The game really goes on sale a lot, and it is currently on sale for 70% off. So it's just something that I noticed, which I never have seen on another game. This is the game that goes on sale the most of any game that I've ever seen before. And then the regional pricing is not good. The regional pricing is really not good. The difference between the US dollar price and the cheapest country, which is Ukraine on this one, it should usually be Ukraine or Turkey or India or those places. It should be 200%. Here, the developers chose, because the developer can choose the prices themselves, the developer chose to only reduce it by 50%. So the regional pricing of the game is not good. This developer should have regional pricing on the game. This is not regional pricing. This is barely regional pricing. So these should be 200%, or at least not 200%. I guess it would be, what's 200%? 25%. So it would be like 80%. 80% or 75% is basically a 4 times reduction. So this shouldn't be 50%. It should be 80%, which is the regional pricing, the normal regional pricing. Because if you go over here, you can actually see that the developer is not at all following the regional pricing that it should be. So if we go, for instance, to Ukraine, yeah, 200%, you will see suggested price. Where is that? Over here. So the suggested price of the game, how does it work again? I forgot. Oh, there we go. So basically, the developers chose to make the game 127% more expensive than what the game should be, according to Valve. And in South Asia as well, you can see the game is 100% more expensive than what it should be in South Asia. So there's various countries where the game is way more expensive than what it should be, because, I mean, $10 in America is definitely not $10 in a place like Mexico, for instance. The game is also 41% more expensive in Mexico than what it should be. So I have a little bit of a gripe with the developers because of that, because I personally am in a third world country, so I really depend on regional pricing, even though I got this game for free, but I depend on regional pricing, and the developers are not following the regional pricing the way that they should. So that's a little gripe that I have with the developers as well, in addition to the fact that they release a 71% game, and then they don't improve it. You know, I mean, we can use No Man's Sky as an example. No Man's Sky used to be a game that's like 30% positive, and now the game is 83% positive. So the developers of No Man's Sky could have just abandoned the game and released No Man's Sky 2, but they didn't do that because they actually had They wanted to make the game good. They wanted to invest into the game, make the game good before releasing their next game. And they have actually now started releasing their next game. Their next game will be Light on Fire. Or Light No Fire, which I actually do look forward to. It's on my wish list. So unfortunately, the developers released the next game. They released Everdream Village before improving Everdream Valley to the point where it's no longer just a 7 out of 10 game, you know. And that's another small thing that I have an issue with. But anyway, that's my small rant on regional pricing and the fact that the developers didn't improve their previous game. So I didn't recommend their previous game due to the reasons. You can go watch my review on the previous game if you want to. I didn't recommend the previous game, but let's see today if I can recommend this game. So first off, like I already said, there's no mute audio on focus lost toggle over here. That is actually quite important, because every time that you alt tab the game, you now lose audio. You know, you lose the audio, which is not nice, you know. I like the music. The music in the menu is nice, but each time you alt tab, you lose the music, which is not good. The game does have full screen and borderless window and windowed. That's nice, and it actually works. So why can't I click? Okay, so I'm clicking here and nothing's happening. So you need to go exit and then you need to go back. So that's a little bug, but the resolution changing over here does actually work. So we are playing on 2K resolution right now. And anti-aliasing, what's this? Can we change this? Let's put that to maximum. And yeah, that's all options that we have right now. So the game currently does not offer you shadow detail, character detail, texture quality, environmental detail, weather detail, water reflection, nothing like that. The game literally has no graphical options currently, even though I'm playing early access, a pre-early access build of the game, but still, the game should have all of those options customizable, you know. But yeah, otherwise than that, there's really no other options to really complain about. Mouse, can we change the mouse sensitivity? I don't think you can even change mouse sensitivity, to be honest. So that's another missing option. You can't even change the mouse sensitivity. That's pretty brutal, actually. Not even being able to change the mouse sensitivity. That's pretty brutal. As I always say, I review a game based on what the game is currently. So currently, if the game costs $20 or $25 or whatever, that's how I review the game currently. I don't care about if they're gonna fix stuff in the future or add more stuff in the future. Right now, they're asking $20 or whatever, so the game needs to be worth $20 right now, you know. So all of these things that I'm mentioning, that will factor into my opinion of the game. They might allow you to change the mouse sensitivity in the future, or they might allow you to change the graphical options in the future, but I don't care about that. I'm gonna review the game right now based on the $25 price tag of the game, you know. So anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the game. Daisy. Yeah, that's not. Thank you very much, but I'm not a daisy. Once upon a time, there was a child sent by their parents to live on a farm with their grandparents. The child worked tirelessly under the strict but weirdly loving regime of their grandparents. They expanded the farm into a booming rural empire. So this is obviously in the previous game. I remember this guy from the previous game, and they're basically now telling you the story of the previous game, obviously. What happened in the previous game? Your grandparents basically gave you a farm for free. Honey, can you please stop bad-mouthing your family? Sorry, Mom. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I guess it's because she said it's a regime, I guess. That's what the bad mouthing was referring to. During that time, the child began having strange dreams. Sometimes they turned into an animal and sometimes they talked to one. It made sense in the moment. The brave child decided to investigate these dreams and discovered the source, a magical hat left behind by the valley's guardian witch. In time, they grew to love the strange life, especially with a magical hat by their side. Even their parents decided to move to the countryside. So I never, I'm just gonna alt tab for a second. I never got to the point where I actually did this stuff. Like the magical hat and those kinds of things, you know, I never unlocked those things, so I don't know exactly what they're talking about. So yeah, I never reached this stage. I only got like 4 hours into the game. So yeah, I don't know what magic they're talking about and the hat that they're talking about. I never reached that point in the previous game. Unfortunately, it did not last. I mean, I still had school and my parents had bills to pay. It was a whole thing, but I always dreamed of going back. It's been 6 years, the magic faded, but the dream didn't. Then right after graduation, I received a very peculiar letter that said I'd been chosen to manage some island. And got my own magic hat to go with it. She really doesn't look like a college age girl. I mean, she's speaking about graduation. She looks really, really young. She doesn't look like a college age girl. So yeah, I've been given land, and apparently I'm the mayor in the making of a whole new village. Are you done? Radamines? Radamines? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Let's just agree to forget that happened and get back to work. Oh yeah, this is Radamines, the valley's magical witch cat, and my officially assigned helper. First of all, it's Radamines. Second, I am not your you know what, never mind. Next on the list is gathering more villagers. I've heard that the nearby islands are inhabited. You should visit and see if anyone's willing to move here. Think you can manage that? Find more people. Got it. Mayorship, here I come. Okay. Looks like your mom wants something from you. We should find her and see what she needs. I've marked her on your map with a yellow marker. Yeah, you see now this mouse sensitivity is not good. Like they don't... sensitivity, there we go. Okay, so they allow you to change the sensitivity in the game. They don't allow you to change the sensitivity when you're not in the game. So that's fine, I guess, even though they really should allow you to change the sensitivity while you're in the main menu. Okay, the sensitivity is a little bit too much now. And camera smoothing, I hate camera smoothing. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so yellow marker over there. Well, the map looks really big, honestly. That's good. Bigger the better, am I right? So this is our dog. I remember we had a dog in the previous game as well. I want to pet you. Stand still. But the dog was really useless in the previous game. Like, it did nothing. Literally, the dog did nothing in the previous game. So I don't know what the point of the dog is, but then anyway. In the upper right corner of the screen, you'll see the mini-map. It shows key characters and locations like your mother. While playing, keep an eye out for the yellow or orange markers on the minimap. They indicate a quest or conversation that's waiting for you in that spot. You can always open the full map by pressing Tab or M. I also did press M already. I like the little messages at the top, and I like the little videos that they show. That's good. That shows that they actually improved the tutorial or the starting experience from the previous game, because in the previous game they didn't have that. They didn't have these little videos in the previous game, so that's good. That's a good improvement. That's quite a bit of information, right? That's because in Everdream Village there's always something to do. But don't worry, you can revisit any of the tutorials whenever you like. Just open the select menu and go to the tutorials tab. Okay. Okay, so she's over here now. I'm so happy for you, honey. You own your own place in the world, somewhere to build a community and put down your roots, and at such a young age. Well, she's 18. If she graduated, then she's 18. Your dad and I couldn't be more proud of you. I just can't wait to see your new home. Oh my. Looks like the only things putting down roots here will be the local weeds. It just needs a little bit of work. Got to start somewhere. Oh yes, that's right. That's a spirit, honey. Let's fix it up as a family. We'll have it done in no time if we work together. I'm sure you're not going to do a lot of work, to be honest. I'm probably going to be doing most of the work. Mom, how about you check on the plants? Maybe some of them can still be rescued. Dad, if you check what tools and supplies are still salvageable, that would be lovely. And Anthony, you can check the outhouse. Who the fuck is Anthony? I'll get rid of all this trash. Sweetie, I think you should fix up all of the broken fences and buildings. We need to make this place presentable if we want to move in. Sure thing, Mom. I'll get on it right away. Okay, let's make this house a home. How about we start with shelter? Come on, Rads. What's that, hon? Nothing. Yeah, I'm assuming my mother can't hear the animals. Only I can hear the animals. Oh, and sweetheart, if you need help with your task, I'm sure Grandpa can give you some pointers. Thanks, Mom. Don't you ever call me Rads again. Now get to work. I have to find a suitable spot to contemplate. Yeah, that cat really looks like Grumpy Cat almost. But I don't remember that cat from the first game. But yeah, maybe I didn't unlock the cat. Maybe I didn't make it far enough into the game. Okay, talk to Grandpa. Where's Grandpa? So the game is really smooth, really nice. Oh, another thing is that you can't set the frame rate. So the game allows you to have VSync, but you can't set the frame rate. So that's another issue. You know, you should be able to set the frame rate in any game. You know. So that's another issue, in addition to not being able to set any of the graphics. I'm just running around picking up anything that I can see. Anything that isn't nailed down, I'm gonna be picking up, basically. Chairs? Do I want a chair? I don't think I want a chair right now. Okay, so here's Grandpa. Hi, Grandpa. Could you give me some tips on how to get this place up and running? Oh, hi there, youngling. I warned ya city life would make you soft. But don't worry, Grandpa will get you back into shape in no time. Thanks. If I were in your shoes, I'd start by setting up a workshop, you know, like we used to have at the farm back in the day. I have everything you need for one right here. You just have to check your inventory and place it wherever you want. I have my hands full looking for these tools. Speaking of which, here, why don't you give this a spin? I bet they'll actually come in handy. Oh, I bet they will. Once you place the workshop, you can use it to make the fences you need to fix the pen. Repairing the kitchen should be easy enough with the required resources and that hammer I gave you. Sounds like a plan. Thanks for all the help, Grandpa. No problem. And remember, cut them with the choppy end. Yeah, in the previous game, the very first, basically, objective that you got also was fixing a fence, I remember. Do we want to pick up this stuff? Will it fill up my inventory or not? Oh, there's a cat over there. Is that Reds? Yeah, that's Reds. I recognize that grumpy face anywhere. Okay, so what do I need to do? Place a workshop. Can I gather already? Okay, apparently I can gather. One thing that I liked about the previous game was that the resources are auto-picked up. So in this one, I don't even see them dropping on the ground. In the previous game, the resources dropped on the ground, so there was a little animation when you harvest something, they drop on the ground, and then they get put into your inventory automatically. So the game had auto pickup. This game also has auto pickup, but it looks like they didn't even bother with the animation. So there's no animation with the stuff dropping on the ground anymore, it seems like. I also see that they do actually help. In the previous game, they didn't help as far as I know. So my mother is actually helping, so that's nice. So the NPCs seem to actually be helping. That's nice. That's a nice improvement from the previous game, I think. Okay, I'm assuming this is the pen they talked about, perhaps? I'm not sure, because it's open. It definitely shouldn't be open. But okay, let's place the workshop. How do we place the workshop? Is it my inventory? Do I need to open my inventory? They haven't told me how to open my inventory yet, so when I press tab, this is the tab, and it's like I don't see my inventory here. So they haven't told me how to open my inventory yet. I know from experience that it's I, so you have to press I, but they haven't told me that yet. So that's one thing that the tutorial is missing. So workshop, this one over here. Left click to use it. Okay. And also they're just saying place the workshop. They're not guiding me on how to place the workshop. So that's another issue. In a tutorial section, they really should be guiding you through every step of the process. I know how to do this because I've obviously played a lot of games. But yeah, someone who has never played any of these games will not know how to do this. Get some wood. Okay. once again, like, get some wood. That is not a good enough explanation, you know? They need to tell you that you need to either press tab or no, open your inventory, and then you need to select the choppy, and then you need to go over to a tree and you need to hit it. So those are multiple steps that are not being explained to me. So yeah, the tutorial so far is really not doing a good job. I'm not sure what that exclamation mark is. Should we not be chopping down the tree? Like, is there something wrong with chopping down the tree? And then can we chop down the tree even further or what? Oh. Okay, apparently not. And you can see the wood from the tree is automatically going into your inventory. So that's nice. At least this has a animation. The farm stuff that I looted, that like the tomatoes and all of those things, didn't even have an animation. This one at least does have an animation. And like I said, it's auto pickup. That is one thing from the previous game that I did praise of the game, you know. The fact that the game has auto pickup and you don't need to run around after resources, because that's one thing that I really don't like about games. If they have you doing unnecessary running around and unnecessary tedious things, then I don't like that. So auto pickup of loot is nice. I like that a lot. I don't like the fact that you can't pick up stuff while you have something in your hand. You first have to put away the thing that you have in your hand, and then you can interact with the object. I don't like that. That's unnecessary to not be able to pick up stuff while you have something in your hand. What are you looking for? Okay, craft 5 fences at the workshop. Once again, they're not telling you how to do that. So the quest at the right side, it's not a tutorial. It's literally just a quest. They're not telling you how to actually do the quest, which is an issue. They should have a tutorial for this. So I know from experience that you go over here, you press craft a bunch of times, then there's a mini game. The game has a lot of mini games. But yeah, they should be telling you this stuff. So how does this mini game work? Oh, so this is what you should build. So like that? No. Oh, okay, over there. Over there. Rotate. Hold right click to rotate. Oh, it doesn't want to rotate. Huh? Hold right click to rotate. I'm holding right click. I'm literally holding right click and left click at the same time. when I release left click, it goes back over there. So you can't hold left click and press right click at the same time. So here I'm holding right click and nothing is happening. So how do you rotate something? Here I'm pressing right click, nothing is happening. Pressing right click, nothing is happening. So how do you... Don't understand. Should we start with this and then like that? You need to do the stuff in a certain order, perhaps. Yeah, it seems you need to do stuff in a certain order, which is pretty stupid. You should be able to do stuff in any order you want, to be honest. Instant craft. So now we've unlocked instant craft. So you first have to do the crafting, and then you can do the instant craft. And then you can do auto solve. How much does that cost? For money, I don't know. I don't know how much money I have right now. Okay, so this is a gate, so we can put down the posts. The cross members, like that, like that. The game also has a mini game for milking a cow. I remember that, and I really liked the mini game for milking a cow because it was just very funny. Okay, like that. I don't like the fact that you have to do things in a set. Like you can't just do it. You will do it correctly. It doesn't matter if you place the post first or the knob at the top first or whatever, but the game doesn't allow you to do that. So the game is really quite restrictive on the mini game. They don't allow you to do things out of order. You must do it in a certain order, which I don't think is very good. It's not very user-friendly. Full holes in the cow pen. Okay, it's this one over here. So now we have to open the inventory and select fence. Oh, look, a beautiful butterfly. Catch it, catch it. I can almost get it. I need a net to catch it. I had one when I lived at the farm. I should talk to Grandpa to see if he has one somewhere lying around here. Okay, so where do we want to close? So from here to here. We can put 2 gates on it, I think. 2 gates should be fine. By the way, there's no tutorial to do this building section either. So once again, there's a missing tutorial over here. Why can't I? Okay, the building was funky over there. It cancelled the building several times, but okay. And then this one, so we can put a gate over here. Then also one over here. Dog, come out of there. Otherwise you're gonna be locked in there. Okay, there we go. So that one is done. Fix the kitchen. Should we talk to Grandpa? What do you want? Hi Grandpa, I saw a butterfly flying around nearby. I thought maybe you had found a butterfly net around here. Good you ask. I almost forgot I still have your old butterfly net from the farm. Give me a second. It was around here somewhere. You kept it. Why? Oh, you know, it proved pretty useful in dealings with the merchant in the past. You know his fondness for butterflies. Got it. Here you go. Thanks, Grandpa. You always think ahead. Yeah, it sounds like he used the butterfly net to hit the merchant over the head a few times. Okay, so we need to fix the kitchen. Okay, that's back at the house. The game doesn't seem to have a stamina system anymore. The first game had a stamina system, and I made my disapproval of the stamina system known because they had injuries. There were injuries in the first game that you could get, and if you got an injury, then you couldn't regain stamina anymore. That was a really irritating thing in the first game. So if they completely removed the stamina system now, then that's good. That's a positive change. I've made my disapproval of stamina systems known in a lot of other games, because in the majority of cases, a stamina system is not implemented well. The majority of developers seem to not know how to implement a stamina system without it being restrictive on the game, because as a game developer you should always think, is the game improved by adding this feature to the game? You know, are we improving the game by adding a stamina system, or are we just making the game more obtuse and more tedious and less fun by adding a system, any system, a stamina system or anything? Are we making the game better, or are we making it shittier? And yeah, unfortunately the stamina system combined with the injury system that the previous game had made the game shittier, and that was one of my major issues with the previous game. The stamina system was not good. So if they completely removed the stamina system in this game, that would be a positive change from the previous game. I'm just catching butterflies like a bastard here. There's like a butterfly plague over here. We need a flamethrower for the amount of bloody butterflies here. Like they just keep multiplying like rabbits. I wonder if you can just literally like spam click, like just run around, just spam click all over the place. Well, it works apparently. I'm catching butterflies like crazy. But look at this, like how many butterflies are there? There's like 100 butterflies over here. Well, I guess I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna need butterflies ever again. My arm is gonna suffer from tennis elbow if I'm not careful. Now let's see, how many butterflies do I have? 7 million probably. More or less 7 million. 67. Okay, so I've got 7 butterflies, and they're $16 each. Wow. That's like more than a potato. Much more than a potato. Much more than a pumpkin. Why would you even go through the effort of farming if you can just catch butterflies all day long? But we will see if that is a viable option. Okay, so what do I need to do now? I need to go talk to Mom, apparently. How's it going, Mom? I still can't believe this is all real. I'm so proud of you, especially since your dad and I couldn't really afford college tuition anyway. I did graduate, so did I go to college or did I not go to college? Or are you saying you couldn't really afford it, but you did it in anyway? What exactly are you saying? Not after he spent all our savings on beaver statues. Now, I do love a good beaver. Wink, wink. He spent our savings on beaver statues? Anyway, I heard that the merchant should be arriving soon, and I think we should celebrate the founding of our new village with a picnic. There's a lovely spot nearby we could use, but it's a bit overgrown with weeds. Maybe you would you mind cutting them down for me? Sure thing, Mom, let me get to it. Here, take this thing. It should help with clearing the area. Yeah, I'm guessing you didn't give me a flamethrower. Okay, so over there. And then we need to equip it. What did you give me exactly? What am I supposed to use? Am I supposed to use the sword or because I don't see what you gave me? What do I need to do? Cut the overgrown bushes. With what? I don't think she gave me anything. I did have a sword, but I don't know if I now have two swords. I'm not sure. Okay, well, let's try the sword, I guess. Okay, the sword is working, I guess. Okay, there was a bloody bison hiding in the bush. Okay, I guess, should I run away? Oh, follow the bison, okay. Where did the bison go? Bison is fucking fast. Where did it go? Holy crap, it's fast. Holy moly, that bison is moving. There it is. Holy crap, it's fast. That bison has a Ferrari engine or something. You sure are fast, buddy. What is this place anyway? I've never seen it before. Never mind, I should focus on the bison first. Maybe I can try befriending him with some grass. It's a really cute bison. Like, you have to admit. And the small steps that it's doing is really cute. Grass? How do I get grass? Do I have grass? Ah, I have grass apparently. Okay. So we select the grass and then feed. Here you go, good bison. You sure look happy, don't you? This place looks like it's worth checking out sometime, but I should get back to Mom and finish what I started with the picnic. Okay. Apparently the bison is in love with me. Let's pet you. Pet, pet, pet. A really cute fucking bison. Can we collect water or something like that? No. Is there something in the water? Let's have a look. Oh, that's another thing. In the first game, something that really irritated me was that the character is basically a vampire. Like, your character is a vampire. You can't cross water at all. So, in the first game, there was streams. There were a lot of streams in the first game, like rivers, small streams, and you couldn't cross the streams at all. So if you found a stream, like you can't cross the stream. You literally have to run all the way around the stream, which was insanely obtuse and unnecessary. So I don't know if we are still a vampire in this game, or if we actually can now cross water. I guess we will see. But yeah, that was really irritating in the first game. I really found that irritating. Well, we fucking got 220 grass. Bison is not gonna know what the hell to do with the amount of grass that we have. You can just, like, fucking go crazy, like, just mash the left click and just chop down fucking anything in your way. I really like that. Like, I would honestly way prefer if you weren't limited by stamina or stuff like that, or limited by the amount of times or the speed that you can swing your weapon and stuff like that. Like, it's much better if there's, like, basically no limit, as there is currently, you know. It's much better. Like, I get the whole thing with the realism and whatever else, you know, but, like, it's a game. It's a fucking casual game, you know. Why would you limit the attack speed of your character? Why would you implement a stamina limit and stuff like that, you know? That's why I don't like... Oh, is it gonna fall over? That's why I don't like Stardew Valley. I've said this before. I don't like Stardew Valley. The game is too restrictive, and it's not very user-friendly at all. So a game like this that has far fewer restrictive things is much better, in my opinion. Much more fun than a game like Stardew Valley. And I know people are gonna want to crucify me for saying that I don't like Stardew Valley and I don't think it's a good game, but I'm clearly in the minority, so people really shouldn't take offense. I just don't like Stardew Valley, and it's not a good game in my opinion. That doesn't remove from the fact that it's like a fucking 89 or 98% positive game on Steam, you know. So I'm clearly in the minority when it comes to not thinking that Stardew Valley is a good game. Is that a turtle? What's that? Chicken. Well, I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna throw you in my pen. There we go. Because in the first game, I remember you had to collect animals. You literally have to go around, collect sheep, collect cows, whatever, you know. I cut down the weeds. Sorry for the delay, Mom, but I was running after a bison. It's okay, but why were you chasing a bison? I don't know, just had a gut feeling I should. I'm starting to get a little concerned about you. Anyway, back to the picnic. Now we need to bring out some chairs and a table so we can all sit together. There should be some nearby, but we might need extra chairs for our guests. Could you use your woodcutting skills to make a few if needed? Sure, Mom. This picnic is starting to feel more like a chore, honestly. So can I just pick these up? Looks like this is all the furniture. If this is your mother's idea of a joke, I don't find it funny. We should go back and confront her about sending us on this Herculean task. Well, I still need one chair and then I need one table, apparently. What's this? Vegetable stand. So there's probably not another table just lying around or anything like that, probably. So let's go over here. There is my good friend. How are you? Did you raid me? I can't see. I have to alt tab every time, and the the game loses audio when I alt tab. But thank you very much, my good friend. I very much appreciate it. So let's go over here. So I need tables. How do I craft a table? Vegetable stand, lunch table. I don't know how to craft a table. I don't have the option over here. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get the last table and the last chair, because it says get table 1 out of 2 and then get chairs 7 out of 8. Mom, I can't find all of the furniture we need for the picnic. Oh well, if you can't find it, make it. Too busy, can't talk right now. I'm sure Grandpa will help you figure something out. Okay, so we have to craft it. Hi Grandpa, I need your help again. Well, hello there, kid. How can I help you? I'm helping Mom with a little idea, and I'm supposed to find some furniture. Yes, wait, why would you need furniture? The problem is I can't find enough. Ah, do you need a lot? Mom told me to make the pieces I'm missing, but I have no idea how. Okay, kiddo, slow down. I'll show you how to make some sturdy, farm-tested, grandma-certified pieces of furniture. Thanks, Grandpa. I knew I could count on you. So now we have to go back to the workshop table thing. And then we will have to do the mini game again. Okay, so a table. So what do you start with? So that's the left side. That's the middle. That's the right side. And then you put the legs there. Pretty straightforward. And then chair. Planks. Oh, we need planks. How do we get planks? Are you dancing or what are you doing? the grandpa is doing like a robot or something. Yeah, the grandpa's body popping. Go grandpa, go grandpa, go grandpa, go grandpa. Grandpa's busting a move. I think we get the planks over here. Yes, this is the planks. Okay, another mini game. Like fucking Guitar Hero. Check your quests. Okay, I'm pressing control, but the quest at the top left is not moving on, so I can't do that right now, apparently. Yeah, how many do I have? 13. Let's go to level 1. A level max, apparently. Not enough wood. Did I use up all of my wood? Seriously? Wow, I used up all of my wood, apparently. Let's... what does kicking do? Doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, so that's also a little bit of a bug. Yeah, you sometimes don't see the health bar of a tree. Which ones are the... Oh, you can actually rotate the thing like this. Well, that's not right. Which ones are the back and which ones are the legs? Okay, so that's a leg. That's a leg. That's a leg. A leg. That doesn't look right. There we go. I don't know why I needed to rotate it first, but okay. This is the back, or what's this? Do I need to rotate these? Yeah, I probably need to rotate these. Hi, Befota, how are you? Okay, we need to run way over here. Where is the picnic? Oh, the picnic area is where the bison was. Inventory. Don't know if we need 2 tables. I think we only need 1 table. The chairs you can just put anywhere, I think. Okay, that's good. It's at 10 o'clock at night supposed to be now, but you can clearly see it's still very much day. So the time at the top right, I'm not sure. Like it doesn't seem right at all. I don't know if we can avoid going to sleep or not. I don't know if the game will automatically force us to sleep at 12 o'clock or not. I'm not sure. I can't even remember if the first game made you sleep automatically. Can we hunt the crab? Well, you can pick up a crab, but what the hell am I gonna do with a crab? Can I farm a crab or not? I'm not sure. Obviously, you can farm like chickens and stuff like that, but crabs, I don't know. Well, it's almost 11 o'clock. What do you like to eat? Can I give you some grass? Well, the crab is fast. Okay, well, I did feed him. I think he is now following me, yes. So I wonder if I can put him in the pen that I have over here. With my chicken. Oh. Don't want to follow me anymore? Please come, come, come. Come, come. There we go. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him, but I'll put him in the pen. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now he's in here with a chicken. Let's see if the moose and the chicken are gonna breed. Can I select anything? No. I can't select anything, it seems. Okay, well. Maybe I will get another... Oh, he's still following me. That makes me sad. I will get another moose later. Okay, so it's almost 12 o'clock. Let's see what happens at 12 o'clock. Does the game make us automatically sleep, or what happens at 12 o'clock? Okay, well, it's 12 o'clock now and it's day 2. Nothing happened so far. Okay, but they're walking away. They were dancing around the fire, then they walked away. I've set up furniture. What's next? Great work, honey. All that's left is to prepare some food and invite the guests. The merchant should already be here. Be sure to welcome him and talk to everyone to convince them to come. They might be caught up in their work and need your help first, but they should be happy to join. Grandma can help you with the food. You know what a messy cook I am. Okay, so I need to talk to all of them. I'm not gonna read all of this stuff. I'll just get the objectives from them and then do the objectives. This game has a lot of reading. And unfortunately, I'm deathly allergic to reading. Check your active quests, press J. On the left you'll see a list of quests, on the right their details. Quests marked with an exclamation icon are part of the main story. click the colorful marker next to a quest to highlight it. Press D or A to view the quests you've already completed. With the exception of a few features like water, you can freely change the landscape. Use F and E to raise or lower the terrain. Let's go. Treasures and secrets are waiting beneath the soil. Okay, interesting. Plants and other grass, bushes and trees can only be planted in garden beds. You can dig garden beds using a hoe on a grassy ground. Most plants take 2 or 3 days to mature. Don't forget to water them. Every villager, including Grandpa and Grandma, has a mood level. If they are in a good mood, they will work and take care of the farm. A lot of things can change their mood, or for the better. Talking to them, petting animals, blah blah blah. Boards are an essential commodity on the farm. For example, you can use them to repair farm fences. Bring some pieces of wood to the sewing stand. Press D and A. Yeah, I already did that. Use an axe to cut bushes or a sword to clear grass. Equip the right tool and press F. Some villagers can help you gather wood. Once they cut it down, they need a place to store it. Remember to regularly empty the storage platform or build another one. You can go to sleep, speed up time. Remember that time keeps passing while you sleep. For example, animals may get hungry. Catch butterflies, use a net, aim at the insect to catch it. Wow, this is a lot of tutorials. Once you equip a fence piece, you'll start placing it. Press F to walk in the direction, blah blah blah. Snap fences, don't overdo it. Yeah, it would have been nice if we got this tutorial and a lot of these tutorials a little bit earlier, to be honest. It's almost a little bit too late now. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we're getting the crafting tutorial now, but we've already crafted multiple things. So why are all of these tutorials only now coming out? Feeding animals, we already did that. Chopping wood, we already did that. Pressing I for the inventory, we already did that, and I complained about the fact that we don't get the tutorial for it earlier, and now we're getting the tutorial. Yeah, we just got a shitload of tutorials, which we should have gotten earlier. I don't know why, but anyway. So we've got like 4 quests right now. This guy wants to talk to us. Over here. I'm not gonna read all of this. I mean, I will read it, but I'm not gonna read it aloud. I'm a little bit tired of reading. Okay, so they're coming to the picnic. Mark trees to chop down. Okay, apparently we can mark some trees. Marking, right? Treasure detector. What does the magic hat do? Oh, left clicking and right clicking, nothing is happening. Okay, that video is completely messed up. Okay, so you can turn into an animal. That's interesting. Didn't know you could do that. Okay, so I've marked a bunch of trees. He will chop them down apparently completely. What else? Buy boots from the merchant. Where's the merchant? Guy's making fires all over the place. Smokey the bear would not be happy. Okay, can I sell all of my butterflies? Butterfly? How do I select multiple? Okay, well that's... Okay, then it automatically jumps to the maximum. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, 1,000 gold just like that, and I collected these butterflies really quickly, even though 1,000 gold doesn't seem like a whole lot. Did it say I need to buy sneakers? So what do I need to buy? Was it sneakers? It also doesn't tell you what these items do. So like, there's no example, whatever you want to call it, of what the item actually is. What it does. Is there anything else that I can sell for a lot? This grass sells for 0, but there's grass... Oh, the grass seeds. Okay. Guess that makes sense. Yeah, butterflies, I think, will be the best way to make a lot of money. What did that girl want? Buy boots from the merchant. Okay, so boots. I don't see boots. There's wellies and then there's sneakers. There's no boots here. So I'm gonna assume they mean wellies, since boots are wellies. Boots are definitely not sneakers. So let's buy one boots. And then give the boots to Natalie. Where's Natalie? Natalie, why are you so far away? Bring Natalie to the forest. Yeah, apparently off to the forest we go. Apparently you saw something. What did you see? There's a lot of cats over here. Where are you running off to? Oops. Oh, that's another issue. The thing, the mouse can go off of the screen. That's not good. Like my mouse went off over to the far left side, and then it went onto my second screen. So, that's not good. You should be able to have a toggle, and most games have a toggle which allows you to enable it so that your mouse doesn't go off of your screen. This game doesn't seem to have one, unfortunately. Okay, so she wants us to take the kittens to the village. Do you just pick them up, or...? I'm assuming they will all follow me. Come, kittens. Follow me. They're incredibly cute, like super cute kittens. Okay, so we have a bunch of cats now. What's this? Collect from item pile. Oh, okay, she's collecting pumpkins. Where the hell did you get pumpkins? I don't like the fact that you have to mark the wow, and it only has one wood per tree. That's like nothing. I mean, I marked 6 trees and I only put down 2 wood over here. So that's incredibly inefficient. So yeah, I'm not gonna ask him to cut wood for me because it takes a massive amount of time. But yeah, what was I busy saying? Yeah, I forgot. I want to build a pen, because in the game you need multiple pens basically, because you're gonna have a lot of animals. We're gonna have mooses, mice. We're gonna have a lot of mice, and we're gonna have chickens, and we're gonna have sheep, and we're gonna have cattle, and you need a place to keep all of them. I'm not sure if you can build them next to each other. Yes, I believe you can build them next to each other. I don't think that should be a problem. How does it work? You need to press and hold. Ah, there we go, yes. Holy crap, okay, that's wonky. That's really wonky. That's gonna trigger my OCD like crazy. Oh, but if you disassemble it, you don't get it back. Ah, that's really stupid. When you disassemble the fences, you don't get the fences back. That's not good. So you basically have to be careful and you have to walk in a line when building. Let's see. Okay, so we have another enclosure there. We can do like 4 enclosures over here, I think. 4 next to each other. Dog, please move out of the way. Dog, move. I can't build while you're standing there. Dog, you're very cute, but you're stupid. Move. Move out of the way. There we go. I can't even walk over the stick over here. Look at that. Like literally the stick is just blocking you. That's like I can't even like the hitboxes on the sticks is really bad. No, I probably can't build over these either. Probably gonna block me. You see, I can't. You need to wait for the wood to dematerialize. I only have 3 pieces left, but it's fine. I can just go craft some more. Oh, you're hungry. Okay, there we go. So we've got 4 nice sized pens. We can reduce them, like we can make them half, you know, half the size if you want smaller ones, but I think I would rather have bigger pens than smaller pens. So the chicken we can definitely take and then put in its own place, and then that moose will be there. These ones we actually need to cows. I think can you? I can't remember how these work. Do you need to customize them or what? Because this one says cow, but obviously I'm not sure if you can make it different. Like there's no animal that I can select. No, I can't remember how those work exactly. So I can find another moose, or I can find another chicken, and then bring it over here just to test. Where's the nearest chicken? There's a couple of crabs. There's a bear over there. Bear would be nice. A couple of goats over there. There's a moose over there. We can go get that moose, I think. And then we just have to worry, is it a male moose or a female moose? Because I'm guessing that actually matters. Where did all of this wood come from? Previously you were absolutely useless when it comes to wood, and now there's a giant amount of wood. So let's see if we can catch this moose. Aha, I'm too fast for you. Are there any other animals in the area, maybe? There's a bear, there's a bison. It's very far away. There we go. Now the question is, will you guys be friends? Can I tell you to breed? Oh. I'm not sure how breeding works. Let's have a look. Okay, so I haven't gotten a breeding tutorial yet. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Perks, okay, perks are not available in the early access version. But that doesn't matter, we will evaluate the game in any way without the perks. So yeah, I don't know how breeding works. I don't know if we will get the tutorial for breeding eventually. So basically, I've done a good amount of fencing now. So we can basically do quests now, I guess. So there's a bunch of cows over there that we can go get. It also shows an island over here. Over there. Wow, that's very far. So there's goats over here. Wow, the goats are cute. There's Willow. I assume that's her boyfriend. But wait, there's another cow here. Seems smaller. I wonder where it came from. I'm not qualified to have the talk with you. That's not what I meant. Okay, let's bring them all back to the village. So do I need to feed them and then pet them? Feed and pet. And you, I just need to pet. Wow, the baby cow is really cute. Super cute. Okay, come, boys. I can get these as well, I think, maybe. Don't run away, I'm feeding you. Oh, we got you. Yeah, I can't wait too long because the animals don't follow you forever. I think they follow you for like maybe a minute or so. So we're gonna put them in this pen. The baby cow is especially cute. But must I bring them to this pen? That's stupid. Why does it need to be this specific pen? Why can't I bring them to the other pen? Ah, that's stupid. Okay, now you guys are running away from me, but that's fine. I will just pet you. I think it only lasts a minute if you pet them or if you feed them. Basically, you have a minute, and then they won't follow you anymore. Come over here. Come. Okay, don't run away. Oh, close the door. My moose are gonna run away. Okay, and then breeding. Can I do it now? Ah, yes. Okay, so that one. No. How does it work? Okay, apparently doesn't want to give me the option, but okay. Now we need to milk the cow. I remember from the first game that there was a mini game, and it's actually a really hilarious mini game. I really like the way the mini game is set up. So we need to milk the cow, but how do you do that? Do we need a bucket or what? Once again, we're not getting, there we go. We're not getting a tutorial. So, like the quest at the side just says, milk the cow. Doesn't tell you anything else. So once again, the tutorial is bad. Basically non-existent. So you basically press like this, like that, like this, like that. Really fun mini game. You can also like aim the nipples to various sides if you want to. And my bucket is full, I think. Can we do another milking? Apparently we can. Okay, so I did give him the quest, but I guess the quest is done. What the hell? The cows and the chickens have problems, so I need to talk to the cows and the chickens. So what, do I need to talk to you with the hat, I guess? Once again, I don't have a tutorial for this. The quest at the side simply says help the cows with their problems. There, you aren't told any information regarding how to actually do it. I'm not sure, I guess I can't just talk to them like that. So let's go into the little cow. How do you do it? Or do I need to go into the dog? Where's the dog? Yes, morph. And then I need to talk to you. Talk. Hello, Mr. Cow, what do you need? Oh, hello to you. Well, would you be so kind as to plant some nice fresh grass? It would be make us very happy. It'll make our milk extra fresh and delicious. A luxurious grass patch coming right up. And then the chicken, what does the chicken want? Why can't I bloody jump? Chicken, what do you want? Our treasure, our fortune is missing. The golden eggs are gone. Golden eggs? You are hiding golden eggs from us? Of course. You might steal our normal eggs, but we make golden eggs to sell on the stock market. Bring them back. Here, take one of these. Use your sniffer nose to track down the missing eggs. Okay. And then unequip. Okay. So, grass, plant daisies. Plant daisies. How do you plant daisies? Dandelion, daisies. So. Okay, that should be it. Ugh, now I need to equip the hat again to talk to them. Dog, are you stuck in here now? Okay, apparently I'm stuck as well. Why did they make the jumping range so fucking small? Apparently we just finished the quest for the chickens. And we can't even open the gate. There we go. Like, it's really stupid that you can't open the gate or interact with objects while you are one of the animals. Like, that's a real oversight in my opinion. I gave you guys a lot of dandelions. I'm pressing F. I need to give you more. More. Okay, there we go. Then you. Okay, there we go. Okay. I don't know how the grass system works because the cows were happy and they were not hungry, but both of the mooses were happy, hungry. So I don't know. The game doesn't display a system for the hunger. It shows you when they are hungry, but it doesn't show you how much they eat, how much they consume. It doesn't show how much their current pen produces for them, because the grass actually is producing food for them. So you can feed them manually, but if there is enough grass inside the pen, then they will just eat the grass that is inside the pen. So there's no information for that, and it's pretty important information actually. So yeah, that's a little bit of a oversight, to be honest. I haven't done a lot of farming, but the farming is really basic. You wait 3 days for the stuff to grow again, and then you harvest it. And you can plant more, obviously, by equipping your hoe. One thing that I really don't like is the fact that you're limited to 9 spaces on your bar. So every time that you want to swap to something else, which you have to do quite a lot, you then have to open your inventory, and then you have to go to that thing. You know, you have to open your inventory, unequip the thing that you currently selected or whatever, and then equip your next thing. Like, it's not very user friendly at all. They really should allow you to equip more stuff, like perhaps you can press Control in some games like World of Warcraft. You can press Control to Control and up, or Shift and up, or whatever. Then you get like an additional toolbar here at the bottom, you know, something like that. Then you don't need to open your inventory each and every fucking time, because it's really irritating opening your inventory every time, you know. So yeah, that's another issue that the devs definitely need to address. The game has a lot of quality of life features that are missing, to be honest. But yeah, like overall, honestly, the game is a huge improvement from the first game. Like I said already at the beginning, I did review the first game like 2 years ago, and I didn't recommend it. It's not a game that I can recommend for $25. And I did mention all of the issues in my review of that game. Already I can see a lot of those issues that were present in the first game are fixed in this game, like the stamina system. They completely removed the stamina system, which is good, because the stamina system is one of the things that I complained about in the first game. The inventory is really generous. It's a really generous inventory system, so I like that a lot. You basically have unlimited space. Things can stack up to 2,000 whatever. Like, I don't know if there's a limit, but the limit is definitely in the several thousands, so that's really nice. So the quality of life when it comes to the inventory management is really nice. Apart from the toolbar, which is too small, as I already said, apart from that, I really like the inventory system. The tutorial is not good. They're really not good. For some of the tutorials, like for some of the stuff, you do get tutorials, and then it shows you an explanation at the top left with a video as well, and that's good. But the problem is that most of the stuff in the game I haven't gotten a tutorial for. So the tutorials are nice, but only like not even 10% of the stuff in the game currently has tutorials. So that's not good, honestly. The map is nice. It's nice and open world. You can see the map is very big. It's quite big. I don't know what these things over here are. These things that are like rocks or eggs or something. I don't know what that is. I don't know how breeding works. The game hasn't given me a tutorial for it, so I need to figure that out on my own, apparently. There's a lot of things that you need to figure out on your own. Unfortunately, like I already said, the tutorial is basically non-existent with a lot of the stuff in the game. It looks like they removed the rivers. The first game had a lot of rivers all over the fucking place. And the issue with all of the rivers in the game was that you can't cross a river. Let's just run in a direction and see if I can maybe find a river. But yeah, the issue in the first game was you can't cross a river at all. You're like a fucking vampire. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can actually now cross a river. So they fixed that as well, because one of the issues in the first game was that you can't cross a river at all. Like, literally, it was as if you are a fucking vampire. You literally cannot cross a river. So now, let's see, can you swim? Okay, so you still can't cross a river, but you can jump. Like, if you can get high, then you can jump over the river. So you can't, you're still a vampire, apparently. But you need to find a place where you can cross, basically. Like maybe over here? No. Yeah, so you see that's still an issue that is present in the game. You literally cannot cross. Okay, what happened there? No, I got shoved back. So if you go over here, you might be able to jump from this side. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So you are still a vampire, and you still cannot cross a river unless you are able to jump straight across the river. So that's still an issue, but the game does provide you with some places over here and over there to facilitate the jumping over the river. Now, the issue in the first game was that when you have an animal, so let's say there's an animal on the other side, you can go to the animal, you can tame the animal, you can feed the animal, and you can pet the animal. But then when you try to cross the river again, the animal doesn't follow you. So that was a big issue in the first game, and it will once again be an issue in this game because the animals can't cross the river. So that's an issue. I don't understand why the developers chose to make the main character a vampire. I don't understand it. But yeah, that's unfortunately still an issue in the game. Otherwise than that, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's an okay single player. I don't think the game has multiplayer. I think it's single player only. So it's an okay single player, casual, cute little open world farming game. It's fine. It's good, I guess. When the game releases, I think it will cost $20 or €25, maybe, similar to what the first game cost. Even though, since the game is in early access, they really should charge less for the game while it is in early access. So the game should actually cost only like $20 maybe instead of $25 during early access. But yeah, I don't know. But if we compare the game to other similar games in the genre, so let me alt tab over here, and then obviously the audio is going to fall away because that is one of the issues that the game has, that the developers definitely need to address. So let me check over here. Dinkum. Dinkum is one game that I really like. Okay, so Dinkum is $20. Let me show you guys over here. 1 second. Boom, Dinkum. So Dinkum is a game that I like, even though I gave it a negative review. The negative review is due to the regional pricing. The regional pricing is really bad of Dinkum. And also the developer, well, the developer is fine. The developer is a solo developer. The publisher is Krafton, and Krafton is an absolute piece of shit publisher. So alone on that, for that reason, I would not purchase the game. But otherwise than that, Dinkum is a very good open world farming. It does have farming. It has crafting. It has mining, a whole bunch of stuff like that. It also has combat and stuff like that, which I don't think Everdream Village has combat. But Dinkum has combat and all of that kind of stuff. Dinkum is a very good game if you mod it, because there are several issues. Let's actually have a look over here at my review. Did I mention any of it in my review? Yes, I did. So you can read my review if you go to my Steam page. But there's a lot of issues with the game. But a lot of these issues, most of the issues, can be solved if you have mods, if you play the game with mods. And that's another reason why I can't recommend that you purchase the game, apart from the publisher being a piece of shit. That's another reason why I can't recommend that you purchase the game. I would recommend that you play the game with mods, but I can't recommend that you purchase the game because the game has so many issues. It has a lot of issues that I can't recommend the game as is, but if you play the game with mods, then it becomes a very, very good game. Like all of these issues, almost most of these issues can be fixed with mods. So it's a very good game if you play it with mods. So Dinkum is a game that I can very much recommend, and Dinkum is $20. Even though, like I said, the publisher does not deserve the money. And then on top of that, you're gonna need to mod a lot of the issues out of the game. Like the game just has a lot of issues, but they can be solved with mods. But if you don't like modding, then yeah, that's an issue. Then the other game that is really good in this genre is My Time at. Now, I've played My Time at Porsche and I've played My Time at Sandrock. My time at Sandrock is good. It's very good. But it's very expensive. Bloody expensive. It's honestly so expensive I wouldn't recommend it. So euro, it's 35 euro, which is like over $40. So $40, that's a lot. That's twice what Dinkum costs, and it's probably also going to be twice what Everdream Village costs. So it's a good game. It's a game that I can recommend that you play. But for $40, $40 is just too much, honestly. And the publisher, Focus Entertainment, is not a good publisher. It's a immoral publisher, in my opinion. So that would also be a reason to not purchase the game. So you can play the game, but don't purchase it, in my opinion, just because your money is going towards Focus Entertainment. So this is another very good open world crafting survive. Well, it's not survival, but crafting, farming game. This game also has combat. It doesn't have a lot of farming. It has more crafting. It's more of a crafting game, but it does have farming. And it's a very good game. I can recommend this game. So those are the other games in the genre, in the open world, whatever, crafting, farming genre, that I can recommend. Dinkum, and then My Time at Sandrock or My Time at Porsche. So this game for $20, like if I had to choose where I'm gonna spend my $20, there's a lot of games in this genre that are very good for $20, $25, So this game is going up against some very, very stiff competition. I can recommend the game. Like, this game is good. It's not great. It's not fantastic. It's fine. It's a fine game. Even like currently in early access, for $20, $25, whatever, fine. I can recommend the game. But I would rather spend my $20 or my $25 on a game like Dinkum, or like My Time at Sandrock, even though, like I said, don't buy My Time at Sandrock because the developers are immoral, but still, you get the message. You can just sail the high seas and fucking donate the $25 to an animal shelter or something like that. But My Time at Sandrock is a much better game than this game is. Dinkum is a much better game than this game is. It's just more complete. It has more content. It's just better, So I can recommend this game, but there are definitely better games out there. There are definitely games out there that will give you more bang for your buck for your $20 or $25. But that being said, this game is much better than the previous game. This game is much better. than Everdream Valley. Everdream Village is much better than Everdream Valley. So I couldn't recommend the previous game. I can recommend this game. Even though, like I say, there are better games in the genre. And still, I'm a little bit upset with these developers for the fact that they didn't fix their previous game. Instead of fixing Everdream Valley and making it an actually good game, they just abandoned the game. They left it as a bad game. Like it's 7 out of 10 on Steam, but in my opinion, it's not even a 7 out of 10 game. Like I said, I did my review on it and I didn't recommend the game. So it's not even a 7 out of 10 game in my opinion. So these developers chose to not fix and not improve the previous game and make it better to the point where it would actually be worth $25. And that is not good. That is something that I do not like about these developers already. So, yeah, but with that being said, this game is fine. It's playable, might even be enjoyable once I unlock more of the game and stuff like that. But it's fine. It's a fine game. It's not a brilliant game like Dinkum with mods or like My Time at Sandrock or any of those games. But it's fine. It's fine. I can recommend the game. It's fine. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's it for today. I just wanted to check this game out because, like I say, it's releasing in 2 days. So I think it's gonna be $20 or $25 around there. If it's less than $20, then that's better. If it's more than $25, then that's not good. But yeah, the developer sent me a code for the game, so thanks to them for that. In the instances where I don't receive a code for a game from a developer, I very much rely on you guys and your support on my Patreon to purchase more games, because I wouldn't be able to play and review even half of the games that I do without your support on Patreon. It allows me to purchase a lot of games, a lot more games than what I wouldn't be able to purchase normally. So if you want to see more reviews, if you want to allow me and enable me to do more reviews, then your support on Patreon is very much appreciated. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. That'll be it for today. I've got other games that I need to review in the next 2 days or so, and then I'm gonna be uploading in 5 days. I'm gonna be uploading a lot of videos from Avalon. I'm gonna be playing Avalon because I was given early access to the new Avalon content, and I really like Avalon. I played Avalon on my channel already, probably, I don't know, 20 hours or so, and there's now new content coming out for the game, so I'll be playing and streaming a lot of Avalon once the embargo lifts in about 5 days. So yeah, that's my plans for the next week or so, and I've got about 4 other games that I also need to review before then. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for today. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.